This is my insane park duality in Planet Coaster 2, the park with a split personality, one side light, one side dark. And I wanted to update you on everything I've put in place and build up and gone and, improved over the last couple of days, including building a really crazy roller coaster in the back here. Let's dive into this. Traveling right in through the Main Street area where you enter the park. Nothing really of note that is new here. I did go ahead and fix Viridian's statue there, but otherwise nothing really major has been impacted at the front. Although in the back, you'll see this canopy thing made out of balloons. I love this. It has such a shimmer to it. And then Kelly's Keepsakes has some updates, including a section in the back, which we'll get to in a second. And Juiced is a new shop going in here next to Roy's Barbecue. Juiced is going to be a obvious juice stand. Yeah, and then there's some games. Check out this neat little game, this dark game that I built. And I've kind of put it over top of another shop facade so guests interact. But tons more of them will go in. This is a fake facade to hide this ride inside Sunspire. And of course, if you're new to here, Sunspire is the light side of the park. So let's head inside here and check out some of the updates. First of all, in the back here is Kelly's Keepsakes entrance. And I think I absolutely love this double entrance thing with some shops. And then this ride up here, which I'm thinking about doing something with. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm not 100% sure. And there's these clouds overhead, which, yeah, you can see they're really cool. And there's just so much. There's so much. Everywhere you look, there's something to look at. So before we take a left here into this section, let's pretend like this doesn't exist for a second and go over here to this new building. This building that I think is one of my favorite build styles so far. I really do. And I'm going to put tons of them in everywhere. All different configurations. And there goes Raven over the top of it. Oh. And then, of course, back here is a bit more of the merry-go-round section. And the garden that is going to go around this area. I think that this section is one of my favorites to spend long amounts of time in. But one thing I cannot stand is I wish we could de-theme the bumper cars. It's just too wild. I'm a pretty wild and crazy guy, but this is over the top even for me. And then there's the Ferris wheel here. This Ferris wheel has a really cool decal in the front and the back of it that says Duality down the side of it, and that big fancy pattern that goes around it. This is so awesome. I love putting these decals and designs onto the rides in the game. I think it does so much. And then there's a flyer game ride back here. Almost a game, but this ride kind of hides Dino Falls main stage area. If you haven't seen Dino Falls, I'll go ahead and try to remember to put an info card in to show off what Dino Falls is all about. It's a really cool raft ride. And more of this block work that goes into Raven. And Raven has a ton of track. And I need to put this block work track supports in a few more places. It adds color and adds life. And we can't avoid it. Here's the ride. There is a POV of this. It's a short on my channel. Go check it out. I think you're going to absolutely love it. This thing is insane. I mean, insane. 112 feet, and it goes really, really fast. Moving on, this direction over here, King's Carts was me bringing a bit of Planet Coaster 1 into Planet Coaster 2, and I think I did an amazing job. I love it, and I think that it has a nice appeal. Zooming over here to the Quirky Dark section for some updates, some fresh updates, and some old updates. There is the Geodesic Dome and Roy's Burgers back entrance, which I think I've talked about in another update video, but it's worth mentioning. And then a little games booth here, which will go right next to Mean Streak. Every one of these rides, it's not a flat ride, there's a POV on my channel of it. You can go check them out. I'm going to put a ton of them at the end of the video, and I'll try to put all of them in the description so you can go check each one out. And there's a gift shop at the exit of that ride. I think that's so awesome. I love doing that. I have updated some of the animatronic figures to have a little more life and movement to them, including at the top of the drop tower, those little ghost head things float around it. And I plan to do a little bit more with theming there. And then here's Marvelous Rush, which is just such an amazing ride. It's all in the dark back there, but a real showstopper is up ahead. It's Serpent, but Serpent is just... But first, I want to show you Giggle's Grill here. This is kind of like a walk-up serve restaurant where you take your food and go. And then there's some picnic tables to eat outside. And I'm going to probably put a gift shop in right next door, or a balloon shop. And then back here by the big Ferris wheel, there's also a roller coaster, and that is Serpent. And this has a video as well on my channel. As I said, I think all of the coasters do now. All the tracked rides do. Yeah, wiggling down this little alley here, there's also Highest Sushi, which I'm going to show you a really cool night shot of this in just a moment, but this is just awesome. This ride, Marvelous Rush, goes right over top of your table, and then after you exit there, you come around here, there's a staff area, and if anybody ever comes to this park or comes into it when it's up on the workshop, there's tons of Easter eggs. It's worth diving into all the little angles to check them out. And we zip back here to the plaza area, and I think, honestly, I don't know, there's tons that I want to do. I want to put a flat ride in right around here, I think, or some kind of tracked ride, and then lots more buildings here and here. And I want to do something a little bit with this barrier that'll go into the Clash, and the Clash, of course, will be in that section over there. The Clash is going to be where the light and the dark meet, dark and light, and you can see I've already done a little bit of ride placement, and there'll be a big RMC on the back end of there, which I believe is done now and ready for me to move in. And then over here on the side, I want to work a little bit on this games booth and get that kind of improved, and maybe add a little more life to this building here, because the plaza is okay, but there isn't a ton of activity right in the front. So here's a great nighttime shot of some of the finer points of the park, some of the lighted areas, and I think that the park looks good in both day and night, but one of the most stunning effects is in here in Highest Sushi. Let's see if we can get it to happen. Yes, right up over top of our heads. That is so awesome. That is so interesting when that happens. It's so much vibrant energy right over top of your head like that. I would be so distracted the whole time I'm eating. But if we zip over here to Sunspire, Sunspire has a lot of nighttime lighting effects as well, with more on the way, obviously. But that right there is one of the key ones. And that, if we come up here and we just fast forward the game and accidentally pull a lot of stuff up on the screen, but if we fast forward the game right here, drop this menu, and then go ahead and check this out, you can see the full lighted effect. Look how beautiful this is. I feel so good about having a rig that can handle this. One of my most anticipated features of this game was that ambient lighting like that, and I really, really looked forward to it. And then I found out my gaming PC I had had for years couldn't handle that. Didn't do it. So I had to go ahead and get a different computer. Fortunately, I had a little bit of the means to do so at the time, and I didn't have to wait. Yeah, look at this. There's a shot just off to the right there. You can see Raven, but everything just has a good sight line. But that's everything that's updated in Duality so far. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and put a comment. Put what your favorite part of the park is. I'd love to know so I can double down on that kind of thing. You know, give the people what they want. Up on the screen here in just a moment, because I think I overtimed myself here, there's going to be some videos that pop up, and they're the various POVs and walking tours of this park. I think I'm going to put 4 up on the screen. And if you want to see more of this, one of my most common viewers is unsubscribed viewers, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. And honestly, it's worth checking out all the POVs, so I've put in the description all the videos related to Duality into sections, POVs and regular park tour videos, because I think that's the most helpful kind of way to go about doing it. And I think that it's something that you should just go and check out. They should be on the screen right now. Enjoy, and let me know what you think of each one. I can make improvements, or I could just stick with what it is.